That'd be fun. I mean, we're getting ready to do
I
the
think
college.
that's where she's gonna go.
Wow.
That'll be
It's
cool.
exciting.
Will it? No, it will.
I mean,
But
if she's happy, that's the big thing.
I know.
I think Mallory will end up at Mizzou, which would make me happy. She does want to tour Ole Miss. I told her you're not gonna like Ole Miss though, because it's remote. Like there's it's the campus is awesome, but there's nothing around. Like
Yeah.
an hour and a half to Memphis. Like once you're down there's no way to get out. Like it's hard to get in and out of.
Understandable. Yeah.
I mean, but Oxford's a great town, but man, it's all by itself. Hey to everybody. We are here on a Tuesday, which means it's crunch time because I got to edit and get everything up by like a couple hours for the feed. So we're going to be answering your listener questions. We need questions, so put them in the comments and we'll get them on the show. Man, these headphones are not. What's this hat? I don't know. My ears. It's not fitting right. All right.
I'll tell you that hat though. It could be. I don't think it's the hat, but that hat does not fit right for me. That hat you're wearing.
Well, it pops out on the sides sometimes.
Yeah. But that hat, there's something about the top of it feels so weird. Like I love the design, but like
I love the way it looks.
But maybe the hat fits weird on my head.
Maybe it is because I love the way this hat looks. I love this logo.
Yeah, but there's something about the top of that cap is weird. I don't know if you noticed it.
Maybe I wear it all the time though. But yeah, it probably is.
Maybe you've your head's adjusted its shape.
Maybe it has, yeah.
And I just got a haircut. I mean, I got no hair right now, so I got to get the haircut for the cheer banquet. Hey, Kim Taylor, shout out to the big award.
Woo woo! I'm so proud of you, Kim.
Celebrity photo of the year, Walt Disney World. That's amazing. So they have this new commercial on TV, and it shows like a PhotoPass photographer. It should be Kim.
It should be Kim.
Seeing it on Pluto TV. I keep saying it should be Kim in that commercial. There's a question for Scott. I do not.
Yeah, that's definitely for Scott.
Okay, so let's do this because I gotta get editing. Okay, so this is gonna be 2675. Holy smoly!
All right, that's a lot of episodes.
That's a ton.
That's a lot of episodes, man.
For real. All right, it's burned through like 3 computers doing this. Here we go. Welcome to episode 2675 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're having a great week as we get ready for Easter this weekend. I know because in the background here, the Be Our Guest Podcast studios, I always have the TV, in the background on Pluto TV. And as we're recording right at this moment, there's a commercial for honey baked ham. Is that not it's not the reason for the season on this weekend, but it's a good reason to get happy that and deviled eggs. I mean, that's kind of what gets me going on Sunday, besides, going to church and all that stuff. But it's a great reason. It's a good thing. I love my honey baked ham. I don't know. We got to ask the panel today what their go-to dining options are on Easter Sunday. But we're going to have a good time answering your listener questions, talking Disney today with my great friends. Joining us, we have Rikki from a Disney World Afterall.com and the Mouse for Less, who's going to be very busy on Easter Sunday this year. But Rikki, what's going on? What's your go-to for Easter brunch or lunch or breakfast? I don't know how you guys do it. What's up?
So usually it's just our family. So just me and Brian and Lucy. And so I don't, we don't really go all out or anything for Easter because of that. So I'm not the biggest ham person. I mean, I like ham, but it's not something that I'm dying for. So I usually will make steaks. So I've bought the steaks and I bought baked potatoes and sweet potato for me. And we'll probably just eat steak and potatoes. That's probably what'll end up happening. So Lucy likes steak, and I like steak, and Brian likes steak. So that's probably going to be the Easter dinner. So although I do make a mean deviled egg, I seriously make the best deviled eggs. Everybody that tries them says these are like the best deviled eggs they've ever had. So I don't know. I'm definitely going to be dyeing eggs with Lucy this year because it's
Oh,
really
yeah.
the first year that she can do it. You know, like this is
She's
really
at the prime
the
time
first
age
year for
now.
Easter for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
You're
I mean,
prime.
I'm trying to tie in all the things that I used to do as a kid, and one of the things that obviously I remember doing was dyeing eggs. So I spent the $20 on eggs, and so we're gonna dye Easter eggs and so normally like I'm not. It takes me a while to make deviled eggs, so it's not one of those things that I love doing. But since I'll have the hard boiled eggs, maybe I'll do it this year. We'll see what ends up happening. But
I was worried because you didn't have a theme for the birthday. Like I was like, do you not do? I mean, you're just gonna skip dyeing the eggs, and she's never gonna get.
No. I'm really excited to dye eggs with her. Actually,
you got to get the whole like pause or whatever that's called.
Yes, exactly. I have it exactly. And one of the things like I have this so mom and dad have these videos of me as a kid, and I have a few of them. And on one of the videos, it's literally, I don't know what they did. They set up a camera and it was just me. And I remember hearing the sound of the spoon, in the cup, in the mug, and I can hear it. And it's me dyeing eggs by myself. My brother wasn't around yet. So I had to have been like 2 or 3 at the time. And I don't know where mom and dad were. I don't know if they were behind the camera, but this seriously went on for like a good 30 minutes of me dyeing Easter eggs. So like, I don't know where they were.
They were at that little VFW up in the corner.
They were not helping me dye the eggs though.
Interesting. Good call, Rick and Donna. So,
I will be helping Lucy dye the eggs this year. So yeah.
You and Brian at some point making an appearance in the video. Very good. Yes. All right. Also, we have Scotty G joining us from Must See Adventures. You can check him out at Scott also on the social media. Scott, happy Wednesday. What's going on? What do you guys do on Easter for like, you guys have a meal or anything like that?
Happy Wednesday. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big like Easter person really, so it's kind of like just Sunday as usual. Kind of, I'll be on the golf course.
Not bad.
A lot of times it falls under spring break, so it's usually like a meal at Walt Disney World or something too. Mm-hmm. Not this year. It's a lot later this year. I feel like
it's way late this year.
Yeah, but then I gotta go to Chicago the next day too for work, so it'll just be kind of like business as usual. So I don't know. We'll see what we end up doing.
Nice. All right. So any weird though, deviled eggs on Easter. It's ironic.
Yeah.
That, but it's Scott. Do you like deviled eggs? I
do not. I do not at all. No.
Oh my gosh.
Like it kind of reminds me like a hard boiled egg, right? It's kind of like a hard boiled egg. Like a hard boiled egg.
Yeah, it's a hard boiled egg with like mustardy kind of stuff.
I can't do hard boiled eggs. Like gross me out. Like eggs in general kind of gross me out.
Eggs gross you out. Oh, okay. Well then never mind. I was gonna say it's because you haven't had mine, and mine are like really flavorful. It's not just like egg flavor. It's like actual. Like,
I gotta try the Rikki special.
Try the key version. Yeah, right here. Yeah, I make a really good devil egg.
Yeah, so. My sister-in-law, she kills them. Like she makes them for. Sorry, I forgot to post it on the air. She makes really good ones and brings them over for Easter every year. And I mean, I get like all the leftovers because we host, and those things are the bomb. Like. And you can't. I guess like if you eat one deviled egg, it's like a half an egg.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of extra stuff in there. You probably should.
There's a lot of extra stuff in there. Yeah.
Oh, they're so good though. I destroy those things. They're so good. So. Anyway, we got a Karnak to start the show off with.
Again.
Shout out to Scotty G for the awesome Must See Adventure sticker, which is now right here in the studio, because I didn't want to put it on my laptop because I want to have it somewhere where it's permanent. That's it. When I get a sticker, I'm always like, oh my gosh, where do I put it? Like
I know, because like the laptop is a tricky spot sometimes.
If I upgrade the laptop, then the sticker's wasted. So it's right here. Boom. So when I shoot videos, it'll be in the background. So it's right here. I have a thank you card. So that's gonna be my thing here. Oh, so so here we go. It says, oh yeah. So hang on. I forget how this thing works. I had it right the other day, but it's from our friend Paul. He's helping out with some new Karnaks. This is an up-to-date one. This is not
update. This is a 2014 one.
This is a 2025, fresh off the presses from the last week. Okay, so here we go. Let me hold it up to my. This is how it goes. I'm holding it up to my head. Okay, it says, "Dopey, grumpy, and happy." Okay, so what do you think those are?
The three of us.
Good guess.
That's a pretty good guess. The emotions I feel during a Run Disney race.
Let's see here. How you feel when you realize you didn't book sit-down dining in Epcot on New Year's Eve? how you feel when you're now standing in a long line for the bathroom, and how you feel when it's your turn in that said bathroom.
Oh,
There we go. All right, let's answer some listener questions. And our first question, thank you, Paul, is well, that one's for Pam. So Pam's not here. It's about club level stuff. So we'll skip that one.
not that one.
Yeah, so let's go to this one. Hey, Mike and BOGP crew, writing in with an early planning question. I'm looking into 2026 for our next trip to the world. We're a long time Disney going family, so I feel like I have a fairly good handle on good times of the year to go to avoid the crowds. However, as my daughter has gotten older, I try my best to avoid missing too much school while also trying not to make a trip in the heat of the summer, which leads to my question. I'm currently researching and starting to plan a 5 to 6 day family trip for next year. I would love your thoughts on the least crowded holiday time to go. I don't necessarily want to be there on an actual holiday, just planning around school days off. For example, I'd love to head down on the Thursday before Thanksgiving and stay through Tuesday or Wednesday of Thanksgiving week, hoping we'd get out before the crowds got too bad. I feel like this is wishful thinking, though. Please share your thoughts and suggestions. I'm open to it all. Kristen, who says she's 635 miles away from my favorite park at 200 Epcot Center Drive. And she knows the address. So how about that?
I like that.
635 miles away. So let me start with Scott, because Scott, I know you tend to do, this is exact because you really are the master of kind of taking those, like working your PTO around holidays and doing this kind of thing. So talk to her about like how you strategize for these kind of things.
I mean, that's what I always do. Like, I love maximizing the PTO. So that trip she's talking about, I always do the Wednesday before Thanksgiving trip, like every other year. But I will say it's crowded. Like, it is pretty crowded around Thanksgiving. Now, like once you get to like that Monday, it's pretty chill. Like my last trip we were down there, like I remember we were in Magic Kingdom and like I just couldn't believe the wait times that Monday after Thanksgiving. It was unbelievably low crowds. But what I was gonna suggest, and like you might think I'm crazy here, but I've been saying this for years. I think 4th of July, honestly, is a really good time to go because it's hot. Yes, it's gonna be blazing hot down there. But like to me, like I think the crowds are kind of lower around 4th of July. And I know like the summer won't be a big issue with the school, right? Because you're just trying to take your kid out of a time where there's no school. So like you don't have to worry about school at all that entire week. Maybe you can use some of your free PTO days, like the holiday time around that time too. But I don't know. That's kind of like my go-to. I like the 4th of July time.
I've seen that for like a decade. Like I've seen this trend for a decade, that week after the 4th of July, where you can go down and catch the 4th of July fireworks, arrive maybe on like the 3rd, kind of settle in, see the 4th of July fireworks and stay through like the 7th or the 8th if you want to do 5 nights. And for some reason I don't know why this is.
I think it's because it's so hot and it's like nicer in other areas of the country.
Yeah, true.
Right. But it's probably a good reason. But I mean, we've always like done the cruise around that time, and just the crowds are low that week after the 4th of July. And maybe there's just a lot going on. People don't want to leave their hometowns because a lot of hometowns have like festivals. I mean, we're seeing this here. Like Mallory doesn't want to leave because like there's a, in our small town, there's like, the Catholic Church has their parish picnic, right? And like everybody goes to the parish picnic. And so she doesn't want to miss out with her friends and stuff like, it's just, maybe because the 4th of July is kind of an Americana thing for small towns and stuff. Maybe not. I don't know, because it is always low. I've never wondered. Rikki, what do you think about these times?
Yeah, I think 4th of July really is a great time. It is hot. You are not wrong. But it is definitely, I mean, if you go kind of prepared with, fans and lots of water and, stuff like that, you can manage. Although I did almost pass out, so because of the heat, so just kind of a warning. But
it makes you stronger sometimes.
Yeah, trust me. That was one of those where I was like, I'm going down. So just kind of watch your body if you do go in the summer, because it will sneak up on you.
Yes, it will.
But another time that I really like is actually, and it's a really relatively slow time because of the fact that a lot of kids are just back in school, so that they don't like to take that time off, and that's Labor Day. So Labor Day is actually another time when it's a long weekend, and it's a good time to go away because a lot of kids are not wanting, a lot of parents are not wanting to take their kid, out of school at that point because they've either been on a summer vacation recently, or the kids are just back in school. So that's kind of a time that I like to suggest as well. All the other vacation times, that Thanksgiving time frame is a decent time frame, like that week before. It does get a little hairy there as you're leading up to it, but it's not terrible.
But it's my favorite. I will tell you, that is my favorite week to go.
That Thanksgiving week.
There's something about it. It gets me in the
you get Christmas holiday stuff. So
it would be sweet for folks that can do that. Like teachers can't, but if you can, man, I'd love to go that time. And
I mean, some teachers might be able to, like, if your school, I think a lot, like Emily's school, they have like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off that week. So you could like.
Yeah, but a lot of teachers can't take days off around holidays. Like you can't take one off. You can't take any days off like where there's a holiday adjacent.
Yeah. Like but you could do like the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, come home Sunday, and you had a 4-night trip.
Yeah, you could probably do that. Yeah,
that's an option.
But it's busy because like every teacher, every working professional is doing the same thing.
I mean, if you're smart, busy, you can still do it. Like rope drop. Midday break.
And honestly, for me, like that's kind of fun. I just love like that atmosphere.
The atmosphere is fun.
I'm like you too. Yeah, busy is just like energy. It's like it is. It's because you get all the like with the holiday decor and stuff. Fun. Mm-hmm. Okay, quick. This one's for Scotty G. It's quick answer. Justin Hooper tuned in over on Facebook. Appreciate it. Who has the best old fashioned on property?
My gosh, that is so challenging. So I have a consistent top 3 for the most part. I will say the Edison, I think, has a tremendous old fashioned, just brilliant. And they kind of do some specialty ones too. I always got to throw Topolino's in there as well. You don't even need a reservation. You can usually just go up to the lounge and they have like a little seating area and there's the bar too. So if you're just getting the old fashioned, you can do it there. I've had them make a smoked one there before too, which is really awesome. Just talk to your bartender about it. And I really like the one at Citrico's as well. I know that's like another restaurant type one, but man, that's so good. There's so many great old fashions. The seasonal one at the Red Rose Tavern, is that what it's called? I always want to call it business.
No, the Enchanted Rose, Enchanted Rose.
That's at Disneyland, right? The Red Rose Tavern. Yes.
Wait a second, that's not right.
They don't serve old fashions there.
No,
what? That's like breaking news.
But I really like what they do with the seasonal ones at the whatever that place is, the Rose.
The Rose. At the Grand Floridian, right?
I want to call it Visitors all the time, so I can't ever get the name right.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so those are 4 really good ones if you're looking for one.
Now, you mentioned Topolino's. They have one for breakfast, right?
Oh my God, yeah. So
isn't that right? I mean,
it's hit or miss. It's actually my favorite old fashioned I've had at Walt Disney World.
I know you posted about it, and you
and I had the recipe. So I don't have the exact portions, but I know what to use. So I make it Scotty G style, and it is so good because they use like an orange maple syrup in there, But I don't know if it's there like all the time now. Because like I believe Jared has been up there and they haven't done it, but so he's asked like for special requests to do it. So you might be able to get it. But yeah, like that was an amazing drink.
Interesting. Okay.
But the dinner time one is really solid too.
Because I thought I remember that. Like it's interesting to get them for breakfast.
Yeah.
All right. John Price is tuned in over on Facebook. We appreciate you tuning in to record live. That's always a lot of fun. He says, my wife and our 4 teenage daughters, oh my God bless you, are staying in a 2-bedroom at Old Key West in August for 9 nights. The last 2 nights, my brother-in-law and his family of 4 will be joining us. Should we move to a 3-bedroom and all stay together or get them a studio? Thoughts?
I'd get them a studio.
I would get them a studio too. Yeah.
Just seems crowded. I mean, I know the 3-bedroom villa, especially at Old Key West, is cool because it's like a 2-level. And like I think they have a separate entry at that one. I might be mixing it up with Saratoga. But I just think that's a lot of people in one space. Like you're going to be really comfortable in that 2-bedroom, and then it might feel a little more crowded when you go to the 3-bedroom when you add the brother's family. So I think a studio for them would be good. Yeah, and then you can brag to them like how awesome your villa is.
And plus, just have them. If you want to have everybody come over to the 2-bedroom,
hang out at the 2-bedroom,
hang out. Everybody hang out together and stuff like that. You still have the communal time. I mean, that's the 2-bedroom is huge. Yeah, that's still one of the best trips I ever took to Walt Disney World. Was the time we shared that 2-bedroom, like before. God, that was
I talk about it all the time.
It was so fun. I mean, it was the best. I mean,
that was like one of those like 17-night trips because we did the 7-night cruise before then too. Like
that was just the best trip. I mean, Old Key West is just awesome, but we had that 2-bedroom. It was the greatest. All right, Robin has a question over in the inbox. Hey, BOGP crew, hope all is well with you and your loved ones. I have 2 questions and would love your input. First question, I'm about to purchase park tickets for our stay at Walt Disney World. I'm unsure if I want to do park hopper. Can I upgrade my ticket the day of if it behooves me? If so, is there a difference in the cost of doing it the day of compared to adding it before then? I can answer no. I mean, you can upgrade the day of. Now, here's the thing: it's the same cost too. Do it if you're gonna do it though. Pull the trigger the first day, because if you do it day 3, it's the same cost as if you would have done it the first day, and you've lost the opportunity to park hop day 1 and day 2, and you've paid the same price. So that's one of those things. You got to make the call like when you arrive. Like, am I going to park hop or not? And then use it the entire time. So don't say on day 3 of a 5-day trip, I decide to park hop now. That's, I mean, you can, but you should have done it at day 1 because you've lost that opportunity day 1 and day 2. So do it right away. Second, we are planning 2 consecutive park days, one for the Magic Kingdom and the other for Animal Kingdom, with the possibility of park hopping. However, one of our friends has to work one of those days and will not be joining us during the day. We want to have dinner together, but we don't want our friend to buy a park ticket just to go to dinner with us and to go to the parks after a day of work. It'll be me, my husband, and our 20-month-old Tot, and our 2 friends with their 20-month-old Tot. What would you do or recommend? Thanks so much for your time and help. Wishing you all a fantastical day, Robin. So we're thinking, I mean, are we thinking like a resort or Disney Springs restaurant?
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, obviously outside the parks.
Yeah. Did they say where they're staying?
They did not.
Oh.
I mean, at Animal Kingdom, you could eat at Rainforest Cafe. If
you could.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I don't know if with the young tots though, that might be a little scary though.
Might be, yeah.
We're still never eating at a Rainforest Cafe. I know everybody dogs on it, but I'm still kind of curious about it. Or T-Rex.
I've eaten there a couple of times.
Is it? Why do people?
I haven't been to a Disney one. I have one in
malls.
Yeah, I have one an hour away from here that I've been to.
Is that why people dog on it because it's like a mall experience?
Yeah, it's like a mall one. Yeah, I've been to the one at Animal Kingdom. I've done that one for breakfast, and then I've been to the one at Disney Springs. I've done that one for dinner. I mean, it's not like somewhere I go to all the time, but I've at least tried them. So I mean, it's not a bad choice. It may be loud, but it just depends on if the kids get scared easy or not. Lucy probably would be fine. But you know, it just kind of depends. And actually all the chaos might be nice with the 20-month-olds. Cause yeah, I know what it's like to dine with one, and it's terrible. So yeah, it's just, that would probably be a really good place. Just lots of chaos.
You know what? That's a great point. That that is kind of a great point. Like with that age, like sometimes noise is like to your advantage, right? Because
correct.
For being squirrely and like, dude, if there's a thunderstorm, that just kind of overpowers.
You can kind of distract them with it.
You know what I'm saying? That's not my kid, dude. That's thunder. That's
not my kid.
Not thunder. That's not, that's not Lucy.
Not even close. As she's running around the restaurant, making friends with everybody, and I'm like, no, Lucy, you can't go up and hug strangers. Please don't hug strangers.
But I mean, like whatever the resort they're staying at, that's you're staying at Old Key West, have a dinner at Olivia's, or Disney Springs has so many. Scott, I'll tell you, we did that show where. The show where, well, the one where you
Masters,
won, by the way,
the Masters dinner
signing, and you kind of ran away with the poll. By the way, good job. I only got 1 vote. Not that everybody hurt my feelings, but it's okay. That's okay. I'm just not great at dining. But everybody said
I liked all the menus. They were unique and all great.
All the menus were good.
I would have eaten any one of those menus. But I would have preferred to eat at mine.
Right.
But a couple, because you had a drink. That's why you won, because you had a drink.
I stole the show, man. None of you did a toast. Why didn't you do a champion's toast?
That's cheating.
But somebody said, like, we need to do that, but like just for Disney's. And the people, I think you mentioned in the show, there should be like a Disney Springs
festival
or something. And people are like, yes, that's the greatest idea of all time, a Disney Springs Food Festival. But I mean, this is a great option. Have a dinner at Disney Springs. It doesn't cost an admission to go over there, and it's real chill.
Right. And there's a lot of great choices at Disney Springs too. So it just kind of depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah. And my other thought was, depending on what day they work, if they work on your Magic Kingdom day and are going to meet you on your Magic Kingdom day, maybe go to Magic Kingdom area resort.
Yeah.
And so if they're like trying to park, you would need like a reservation, but because I was saying like you don't have to do a sit down restaurant, you do like a Captain Cook's or a Gasparilla or
But you would
something. Those are
need
really nice options too. But
you would need you would need a reservation
Yep.
because those the resort
that's yeah.
won't let you in. Yeah.
Or you can
with that
park at
one.
the TTC and get over
Yeah.
there. But
Of course.
Man, sometimes those parking at TTC is a chore, but you know, it can be done. It can be done.
my wife has a different name for it than TTC.
We do not. I do not have it. Hang on.
Yeah. Can't say that on this show.
There we go. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm right. Just kidding. Okay.
No.
Let's
it's
see here.
not that bad.
Our friend Mohawk Scotland is staying up late with us. We appreciate you staying up late with us over in Scotland as we record live. What are the best quietest days of the week for party nights, like Halloween party, Christmas party? Rikki, maybe.
Yeah, so usually Tuesday night is going to be the most quiet. And then ironically enough, the second quietest night will usually be if they don't offer like a Thursday night one, which a lot of times they don't now. It would be a Sunday night. Because you've got the locals will actually, they're going to be getting ready to go back to work and stuff like that, so they won't go to a party on a Sunday night usually. But like if there's one on a Saturday or a Friday night, because usually there's one on a Friday night, that one will be hands down the busiest. So don't do Saturday night. So I would say Tuesday night, Thursday night if it's offered, and then Sunday night, and then Friday night. I think those are usually the dates that they have it. So.
All right. And okay, so Justin's asking, I think he's tuned in over on YouTube.
Oh.
Appreciate that. Did anybody choose ooey gooey toffee cake at Liberty?
Liberty Tree.
I did the salad.
Yeah,
you did the salad. Yeah.
A lot of love. I don't think anybody took that for the dessert.
No, we didn't.
I should have been a St. Louis, and that's kind of a St. Louis thing.
I
butter cake thing.
I like the toffee cake, but it didn't like wow me the last time I had it. So it's not like on my radar because of that. It
Me too.
really was just like okay. But last time I ate there was during COVID. So
last time I ate there was on my last trip actually on Thanksgiving Day. So
okay, well then never mind.
So it's fresh in my mind. And it was good. It's always good. I mean, it's always good.
It's solid. It's a solid dessert.
I think I don't know the best way to say this. I think like over the years that is one that they've like scaled down somehow where it's just not how it used to be.
I would agree with you, actually. I feel like it's not as good as it used to be.
Where I think the bread pudding, which is the one I picked at Ohana, I think that's gotten better for some reason. I don't know why, but it could be a mental thing because like I've had so many toffee cakes over the years where maybe
that bread pudding is fantastic. So
it's so good.
You guys talk about the bread pudding, and I was having this discussion with Pam the other night at dinner because we talked about everybody's menus and how we did this and how much fun we had with the show because she doesn't listen. I wish she would, but she doesn't. And is it banana? Because I don't think I've ever had it. Is it banana bread pudding?
I'm allergic to bananas too, Mike. Now, I don't know if I'm to the same extent you are. It is banana, but like it doesn't mess me up. Like I think it's because it's like cooked. Or it has like some type of flavor. It's not like raw banana or something. That's what really gets me. Yeah,
that's what I was wondering.
Because I was afraid to eat it the first time, and I was like, and then they started like pouring that like caramel sauce on. I'm like, okay, I'm diving in. I don't care if if I get sick from this, it'll be worth it. And it's so dang good. Like I don't like to hype up a dessert, but it's good.
I'm like, dude, Scott took this as his #1 dessert of all time. Like, and I'm like, oh man, but I think he keeps calling it bread pudding. I'm like, so like. You know I love pudding. I have pudding like twice a day.
But that's not what bread pudding is.
That's not what it is.
Bread pudding. I mean, I have the little Jello like 0
calories. It's different than that for sure.
Zero sugar thing.
Because it's more like a cake kind of almost.
Yeah, it's more like a gooey cake. Yeah.
Yeah.
With that caramel sauce and
it's so good. Speaking of ADRs, we had somebody over in the Discord this morning. I was trying to put up a little poll for this person, Pigeon Forward Ogre or somebody over in the Discord.
I think everyone had the same answer.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, let's talk about that. He was asking for a little help between Topolino's Terrace or Cape May Cafe for breakfast. I mean, Topolino's is obviously the hardest ADR, probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, is Cape May not someplace that? Because Cape May used to be super popular for breakfast.
Cape May used to be popular because they used to have that. No, are you Garden Grill? Are you thinking Cape May?
No, it was Cape May at the beach club.
Did they used to have a like a cinnamon roll like bread pudding type situation, I feel like.
So I think when they did it family style, they brought you one. Oh,
That's
it
what
was
it
after
was.
the pandemic.
Yes.
So they got rid of the buffet, so it was family style. Mike, we ate there with Beth and Elizabeth and Emily,
We
and
now,
it was like a $25 breakfast. It was
that's
crazy.
what I was gonna
It
say.
was so good. It was a good deal.
That
You're
was
right.
during the pandemic. It was so dirt cheap, and I was like, "We're getting so much food for so little money." I could not
Yes.
believe it. That was but it was during
But it's back to the buffet now, so you don't get that. I don't believe we went there for
No.
spring break last year. I don't think you get that cinnamon pastry
No,
anymore.
you don't get the cinnamon pastry anymore. I know
But
that
I
for
love the
sure.
costumes. I love the beach vibe. Like they crack me up. Now to put them up against Topolino's costumes though, like I love like that Riviera like look that they had, like Minnie's little artsy dress, you know.
Yeah.
But so I still got to go Topolino's between those
Yeah,
two.
but Topolino's is a totally different vibe in the sense of like usually like if I'm going there, well, they don't offer the steak anymore, do they?
I think they do. I think you can only you could order like more than one thing back in the day. Now I
Yeah,
think you're
you
limited
could.
to,
Now you
like,
can
just
only
getting
order
one.
one. Yeah, because
'Cause
people were like, I'm
There
gonna
was one
order
thing, so
5.
we would all order our one, and then I would do a for the table, you know,
Yeah.
entree, and that was like
Yes.
the best. But yeah,
That's what I love about Palo when you just have all the food just laying around. And just like, oh, I can't
food
wait.
coma.
Get on 82 days. Let's see. So a question again from over on Discord. This one's about resorts from the resorts channel. So again, join us over in the clubhouse, bearguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. Lots of discussion around this one. It says, I have a family of 7 flying into Orlando for January of 2026 between the ages of 21 and 82. We want to stay on Walt Disney World property pre-Disney Treasure Cruise. We're not planning on doing any park days, just some resort hopping in Disney Springs. We do plan on dining at Ohana and Hoop-Dee-Doo. Scott, this sounds like
Man.
jam.
Yeah,
Can
no
I
kidding.
join?
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
a cruise afterwards? Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
There
Can
you
I be adopted by your family?
Yes.
Do you need a 42-year-old too? Let's do it.
Exactly. If we want to stick to 2 rooms, where should we stay? So they're coming in January, the group between 21 and 82. They want to be on property. They want to have some Disney Springs dining, just some resort hopping, Ohana and Hoop-Dee-Doo. What would you suggest? No parks. Give a couple suggestions. What do we
I
think?
mean, an instant one for me. I mean, I'm a homer here, but I was gonna say Old Key West because you have the boats down at hopefully they'll figure out the boat dock issue by then.
Yeah, that thing should come open this summer, I'm hoping.
Yeah, it should be. And then you can just boat down to what I want to say, Disney Springs. So that's what train of thought there. And like it's just a cool vibe. Like I don't know where they're coming from, but for me coming from Michigan, being at Old Key West in January is like the greatest thing. Like I've been dealing with winter, gray, super crappy weather, and now I've got palm trees, I got the Sassagoula River and all that. Like it just makes my heart so happy, and it really sets you up for before your cruise, because I'm guessing the cruise is going to be out of Port Canaveral there if they're doing a Walt Disney World stay beforehand. So it really gets me in that cruise vibe. Listen to that background loop and everything. Like, I'm actually ready to book this right now. It's got me so excited. So
I'm with you. I mean, the last 2 cruises I've done pre-nights at Old Key West because it's just it's exactly what you just said. Like I go there and I'm like, dude, I get in that pool with the lighthouse and go back to a villa that's all pastels and Jimmy Buffett music playing. I'm like, I'm already on the cruise. Like, I mean, I'm in that state of mind. You know, I have dinner at Olivia's. I'm like, you know, boom. I'm in cruise mode before we even get to Port Canaveral. It's just so chill. And that's what
But then if you're renting a car, it's great because then you can park ride in your villa. I don't know if you're renting a car because I know you're going to do like Hoop-Dee-Doo, and I can't remember what the other restaurant was they mentioned. Ohana, that's right. So that gets a little tricky. Resort to resort transportation is always tricky, but you can use like the minivans or like Uber and Lyft and all that too from Old Key West. But then you got the boat to Disney Springs though, which I think would be great.
That's true. You want to try to find, you know, you're not going to the theme parks, but like the Sassagoula River boat is kind of an attraction. You know, just hop on the Skyliner too. You know, you could get to Caribbean Beach somehow, jump on the Skyliner just like at sunset, you know, and maybe grab a drink at, say, over at the Riviera, or, you know, have a snack at Prima Piatto, or go over to just take it over to Epcot and walk around the boardwalk. I mean, that's what I did with my dad. It wasn't like, you know, I just wanted to kind of show him around, but I mean, it could be like an evening or something like that.
You know what that reminded me? The day that this episode drops is remember that live call we had a couple of weeks ago where the kid for his birthday from New Hampshire wants to do all the transportation?
Yes.
Like that's happening today as this episode drops. So like can't wait to see it. Not to get sidetracked or anything, but you're talking about all that transportation. So hopefully that was a great birthday, and I hope you enjoyed all that traveling around, all those transportation pieces at Walt Disney World.
Absolutely. It's a great birthday. That's awesome. So Rikki, I mean, we've kind of settled on Old Key West, but would you like anything else, maybe like a Caribbean beach or like maybe a riverside?
Yeah. I mean, if you're going with the cruise vibes, I would definitely say maybe consider Caribbean beach. And that does have the Skyliner too. So that part's nice. So you can use that like as transportation. If you're not going to the parks, it's like an attraction. So that's kind of one thing that I was thinking of. The other thing to kind of piggyback onto that cruise vibe, maybe you want to look at the Polynesian. You were talking about having dinner at Ohana, so the Polynesian might be a good choice for you as well. Again, you're on the monorail loop, so you can ride the monorail, have that as a ride kind of situation going on there, and you can have stops at the other excuse me, the other resorts. So that would be fun too, and then you're close enough to Hoop-de-Doo that would be an easy thing to get to as well. So that's kind of the Polynesian was kind of where I was thinking.
Yeah, if you could splurge for that, that'd be fun, right? Because you're at the Ohana, you're on the monorail, so you can just hop a boat over to, ride the monorail to the Contemporary, hop a boat over to Hoop-de-Doo.
Exactly.
That'd be sweet. I mean, yeah, that'd be the ultimate.
That would be the ultimate. That's why I gave options.
That'd be one, and I think Old Key West would be like 1B. Either one would be pretty sweet. Okay, real quick, because we got a couple of minutes left. Let me ask you this, because this show is actually going to come out pretty quickly for once because of the timing when we're recording. And shout out to Jessica, who's tuned in live from Pop Century right now, taking a rest and get ready to head back to Magic Kingdom tonight. You're winning. Nice. Love that. 11 people.
That's what I'm talking. It's Jessica's son. That's the one that's doing the transportation. Yeah.
Awesome.
Another horn. Yeah. I hope you're having a good time. There you go. Did bus transportation for the win shortly to the Magic Kingdom. That is so cool. And so I posted I was just going through Google Photos, and I'm thinking about starting a channel one more channel in the clubhouse called like Memories or something, where people just post like photos from like years ago from their trips, like just like going through your Google Photos and you see something from like 2009 or 2014, just old photos where we just share stuff from our old just memories of our old pictures. And I just been posting them like in different threads, different channels. But I saw like pictures in my Google Photos from when we were mentioned in Parenting Magazine back in 2011. They did an article on Disney, like websites and podcasts, and they had Mouse World Radio and stuff like that. And I had I took pictures of it and stuff and had it in Google Photos. And I was just thinking about, how much things have changed. And I don't know where I was going with this now. I'm getting so old because we've been doing the show for 18 years. But, I don't even know where I was going. Now I totally lost my train of thought. I got talking about Jessica, but
you just wanted to do a humble brag of the fact that we were mentioned in Parents Magazine.
But it was I put it in the clubhouse, the little article thing, a picture of it. But it is kind of fun to see like how things have changed. And like, we didn't have a Skyliner back then. You couldn't have done what they're doing down there today. Like, I mean, we had the boats, we had the monorails, we had the buses, but think about it now. We have like the stretchy buses. Like that would have blown my mind in 2011. Like the ride, because I think are they still only at like Art of Animation? Maybe sometimes Caribbean Beach.
I have no idea.
Have you been on a stretchy bus?
I've been from Pop Century. I've been on one. Yeah.
Okay. I like riding them on the very back because I still think maybe it's because maybe they have these like in New York City. I don't know. It still blows my mind that one dude drives that stretchy bus.
Yeah,
like
we got them here for Michigan State's transportation.
Do you really?
System. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really? Mm-hmm. See, that still blows. That cracks me up.
Especially for football games, you definitely need them for transferring people to the stadium.
I love the stretchy
but
bus.
you know what I want to always do? Talking about old photos like that. I would love a thread in the Discord, and I'm curious what people think about this. Where like you ask, was anyone at Walt Disney World in like May of 2011, and find out how many people were there, and like exchange photos, like find out like were we at Epcot at the same time? Like you see that like there's Rikki in the background before I even knew her, like in some photo. Like
that'd be crazy.
I would just love to find like BOGP connections from like years past before we knew each other. And just find out, like, oh yeah, we were at the same thing on the same day, and like my timestamp says this. Oh yeah, my time says that we were in the same ride. Like I don't know, I just think that'd be hilarious, like the connections before we even knew each other.
Yeah, we'll have to make like that vintage photo channel. Just so like because we all have like Google Photos, right? And it's so easy now to pop up like 2009 or 2014, or just to go back and to see how the resorts changed, how we've changed, like old races. Like I posted some in the Run Disney channel of Wine and Dine Race Weekend 2011. Like you ran under the sorcerer hat at the studios. Like that was so weird. Anyway, so I was wrapping up though, and Rikki, because this is coming out so soon. We saw like Test Track. They're getting close to opening up Test Track again this summer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's good. We're going to get something that's going to resemble 1.0 again. I kind of hope it resembles 1.0 again.
So it's kind of interesting because they've said it kind of will tie into the past of I believe World of Motion. And kind of my theory behind this is it's gonna be the because it's General Motors is who I believe who's doing it. It's Chevy, still I believe. And so my theory would be to take the history of vehicles. So you go from the start of the first vehicle and how vehicles have changed and things like that, and then it will end with the future of vehicles, of where we're going with electric cars and things like that, and hey, maybe even flying cars, who knows. But I feel like that would be kind of where we're going with it, is to kind of tell in a way to tell. And I don't know how the current ride system would speak to that, and that's and I don't know if I'm even on the right track of what I think that they would be doing, but the old World of Motion was the history of basically movement kind of thing, kind of situation like that. So to take it and tie in the history of the motor vehicle would be what I would like to see, and then the future of motor vehicles, since like I said, it's sponsored by Chevy. So that's kind of where I see that going, but I could be dead wrong. I could be right on target. Who knows? Because they really have been very quiet about what they're planning on doing with this update. I mean, we know a few things, but the nuts and bolts really of this attraction have been really kept under wraps, which is kind of interesting and unusual. I feel like we really have no details for an attraction that's opening sometime this summer, and again, we don't even know when it's opening. I mean, we've heard that obviously there are vehicles running on the track right now, so that part's great. We are getting closer to testing. We're testing the vehicles. We're getting closer to the opening, but for being, I guess, this close to an opening, we don't know a whole lot. I'm really hoping that by talking about it this week, that maybe we'll get,
we're gonna make it happen soon.
We're gonna make it happen, and we'll just,
it's just, that's one of those rides you don't like. It's just, even if you don't even like the theme, like at least you get the big loop and it's fun. It's but everybody likes to go fast in the car. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
exactly.
It's not Radiator Springs Racers, but it's
no. And Mohawk Scotland said something about it. I think it's reverted back to General Motors rather than Chevy, and General Motors is Chevy, so it would.
Chevy's a brand of General Motors,
right? Exactly. That's what I mean. Like Chevy is part of General Motors, so like they just took the Chevy part of the General Motors brand and used that. So
right.
So it'll be interesting to see if they decide to continue that route, or if they'll go back to the whole of General Motors.
I think I did. It's So real quick though, the odds that they will mention a Model T in this attraction, 0.
Yeah, because isn't that Ford?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and so then no, they definitely would not be mentioning the Model T.
Let's go the segue, because that's what we're doing on Friday.
Yes.
So we're going to wrap this one up, and we're going to come back on Friday with Oddsmakers, with a lot of current topics that you have submitted in the clubhouse. We got some great ones. We got some we're going to bring to the table ourselves. We're going to have a good time on Friday playing some Oddsmakers. You can play right along with us. We're going to set some odds. And then the other two, we're going to say over, under what we think those chances are for these events. So come on. Pretty high, Scott. 0. The Chevy, General Motors is not going to mention the Model T. They're not
going to mention a Ford vehicle. They might mention their first vehicle, but they're definitely not mentioning a Ford.
No, the Tin Lizzie. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, we'll see. Scott would know. He's in the Motor City. I'm practical not there. He's close.
My dad's a General Motors retiree. Well, it's been my whole life.
There you go.
My father-in-law was a mechanic for Chevy forever too. So so there you go. I had a Ford when I met Pam. So that was fun. She's like, "What's that thing out in the driveway?" Sorry, sir. I didn't
Well, now
know.
you have a Jeep, and that's not it
I
either.
do,
So.
but yeah, Jeeps are kind of like their own thing. I've wanted a Jeep my whole life. It just, Jeeps are because like you take the doors off, the top off. It's, it's the thing. It's all I'll ever drive the rest of my life is a Jeep Wrangler. I've had one for 25 years. Anyway, let's close out the show and remind you that you can follow the show join us in the clubhouse. That's the first thing. Come on over. We have a good time there 24/7 interacting. It's brguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. Free for everybody. Just come on, jump in, have a good time with us. We'll see you over there. Don't forget our show is brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure. We're doing that every day, all day. We'd love your support in first-class concierge level service each and every time. Come on over, themagicforless.com, fill out the quote, and we'll take care of you from there. Also, please use our Amazon affiliate link, brguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you to our Patreon supporters. We just got our bill, annual bill for all the StreamYard stuff. They doubled our price in the new year. Yeah, pretty shocking when it comes at tax time. Yeah, that was big. But hey, that's why you guys help us keep us on the air. I cannot thank you enough for your support because without it, we could not do this. So thank you. It's $5 a month, and that keeps us on the air. I cannot thank you enough for that. You can support us as well. It really does make a difference. It's $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd love to have you. Patreon.com/Be Our Guest Podcast. You can also follow us. We all have our social media. I'm at Be Our Guest Mike. Ricky's at Ricky Nibs. Scott's at Ep Scott. All the places. Ricky has a DisneyWorldAfterAll.com. Scott's got Must See Adventures on YouTube. So make sure you're over there, and we'll have a live show this Sunday. Probably still have one on Easter Sunday evening after the ham and the deviled egg settle. So join us for that. And that should do it. So we'll join you again on Friday. So come on back for more fun. So until then, for Ricky and Scott, I'm Mike, wishing you a great Wednesday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. All right.
1908 Cadillac, huh? Okay. All right.
That's your first car?
That was General Motors' first vehicle.
That's old. That's way older than I thought. I had no idea. Oh, wait. 2675. Somebody's trimming. Everybody around here's getting new roofs because there was hail the other day. I should look at ours. Are you doing the Mackinac Bridge run? Somebody's asking.
Oh, the Labor Day run? I've never done it, and it's like something I always want to do, honestly. I also want to do the island run, so where you run the 8.1 or 8.2 miles around the island, which I've done on my own a bunch of times. Every time I stay on the island, I just do it as a training run. But I've never done the bridge. Maybe I should do it this year. Actually, I can't. I won't. I'll be on a cruise. Nah, so there's your answer, Justin. I will not be doing it this year.
Is that super tall bridge? Like
yes, the bridge that connects the peninsula. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, that'd be a fun one. Yeah, that bridge looks awesome. Yeah,
on Labor Day they do like a 5-mile walk run. So you do it, and then they got to bus you back to the other end, and then they close the bridge. It's just this is huge thing.
Cool.
It's cool.
Let's see here.
It's a nightmare though for truck drivers or people that are trying to just do their job, trying to get between the peninsulas.
No kid. Well, there's no cars on the island, right? Is that right?
Yeah, but this isn't on the island. No, this is what connects the lower peninsula to the upper peninsula. So this isn't on the island. Yeah.
Okay. Start before sunrise. It's beautiful. Oh man, I'd love that. I love early morning stuff and seeing sunrises. That'd be the bomb.
Oh, Mackinac Island area sunrises and sunsets are the best.
Oh, Justin says
it goes both ways now, huh? I did not know that. Okay.
There you go. Ricky, when she got up, her light fell. I saw it. Oh, she's fixing.
That's good to know. I didn't know in both ways. Yeah, I gotta do that one. But is it like the turtle run or something? Because the island, we say the island is like a turtle. And I want to do some of those. They actually have a running series, I think, on the island. They do different races, and then you can get why wouldn't you not get a collector's medal for finishing them all, a challenge medal?
Right, everybody's doing that now.
Yeah. Mike, you would love running the island, the perimeter. I mean, you're just especially if you go like 5 in the morning, you're just looking at the sunrise because especially in the summer, I mean, sunrise is so early there.
And the
you just-
humidity would be low up there.
Yeah, and you're just running like the water, then you see like the bridge at certain parts of it. Oh man, it's the best.
Ricky's
Yeah,
fixing
Island
your
has 3 or
stadium.
4 runs throughout the year. Yep.
Nice. Did you get it?
I don't think I'm gonna fix it. Nope. I don't think
Oh.
my light's gonna fit. Oh wait, maybe it did. There we go. Yeah.
So we're giving some odds makers too.
Yeah, if you want. I'm just I mean, I'm just probably gonna pull mine from the chat.
I just wrote down 2.
I have 3. So
I'll take all mine from the chat room then.
I mean, one of mine we don't have to do. I mean, if you want to just do 2, Scott, I'm good.
You guys can do it.
I
I'll
can
take
improvise.
Okay, here we go. 2, 6, 7, 7.
What are the odds that I buy more of these? No.
Ah,
Is that this
facts.
guy?
Yes, I have the light up Pete's Dragon.
I have what'd you say?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Got a great picture from that trip when you had a boat.
Oh god, yes.
This is the best.
Oh, it was when we were doing the
Package.
yes. Oh, that was the best.
Awesome. Yep, that was fun. All right, here we go. Welcome to episode 2677 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're getting ready for a great weekend. We are going to make it fun by talking some Disney and playing some odds makers here on the show with 2 of my best friends, Rikki and Scott. So let's get at it. Rikki is joining us from a DisneyWorldAfterAll.com and the MouseForLess.com. Rikki, I almost said TouringPlans.com. That is so long ago. I am living in the past. Oh my gosh, I'm so like a robot.
Yep.
Rikki, you get ready for a big, busy weekend, I'm sure. What's going on down in Georgia?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
A long time. Oh my gosh. Remember when we used to be sponsored by there was like that app that was like for waiting out the reopening of Star Tours 2.0.
Oh my
Like,
gosh, yes. Yeah,
I think like
yeah.
Henry was waiting outside the
Yes.
somebody was waiting out. We like
That was a blast from the past. Man.
Yeah. What was
Whew,
it? Star Wait it was called or something.
I don't remember what it was called, but man, that was definitely a blast from the past. Yeah. So but yeah, no, obviously we talked about Easter this weekend, so got all that going on, and it's been a busy week on Disney World after all too. We've been learning a lot about the Disney Destiny, which is fantastic. Getting information about the new dining options with the Pride Lands, I think is what it's called, the restaurant where they have the performance of the Lion King, which I mean that sounds amazing. Got to see previews of the Hercules show, which I've said for years we needed a Hercules show on Disney Cruise Line, so I'm so excited to get to see that happening. And yeah, just a lot of good content that's come out this week from that. And I've also been sharing a lot of content from the other place, Universal, on my socials. So if you want to learn more about Epic Universe, I've got great videos that I'm sharing, so you can take a look at kind of what. It's not like a deep dive into Epic. It's just like general overviews of the, walking into the lands and stuff like that. But if you want to learn a little bit more about Epic, you can check out a Disney World After All on, all the socials. So TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, those kind of things. You can learn all about the fun that's going on there. So excited. Can't wait for everybody else to get to experience it, because, it's opening May 22nd. So
definitely. Really cool. The Destiny, I mean, that ship is such an outlier from the other ones. Like from
absolutely, I still feel like it's an outlier.
It's so different with Spider-Man and the Marvel stuff, and
the villains,
the villains. Yeah, it's.
I mean, it's a heavy presence of villains, and there's some unique things that they're doing. Like with the villains, I saw that Cruella was going to have like this fashion show type situation.
Well, there's a Cruella lounge on that ship.
Well, there's a Cruella lounge too, but yeah, she's going to like host a fashion show and I guess roast you on what you're wearing. I don't know. I mean, that
sounds unbelievable.
I know, right? It sounds fantastic. If she's
don't bring a service dog with you. I mean, that'd be
that's probably not a good idea. But ooh, ouch. Ooh, yeah.
especially if it's a Dalmatian.
Yeah, don't do that.
Cool.
But honestly, if she's not roasting your outfit, then what are we doing? She needs to do that. Like that needs to be like Hades, but Cruella, and it needs to be a total roasting. But not everybody's up for a roasting, so I don't know how well that would go over with the average guest. I'm up for it. So
people chill on a cruise ship. I think it'd be fun. I think people are pretty laid back.
I think it'd be amazing.
Roast them. Let's roast them to death. Let's go.
Exactly. Let's go.
I mean, where are they going to go? They're on a ship out of the ocean. They can't leave. Go for it. That's what I say. I mean, whatever. And also, there are some pretty good epic spoilers over in the clubhouse too. There's a thread now. It says epic spoilers in all caps because Jason went there the other day and got to do a preview. So it's like pictures and videos and stuff.
Yes.
So
I've got some pictures
if you want to, but if you want to see, you can peek.
I've got pictures and video going up too on a Disney World after all. So,
okay. So I'm just saying, but I mean, just warning you, it's under that Central Florida channel. But
yes.
Look at it's at your own risk. Okay, Scotty G joining us also on Friday. What is going on this week? Besides, you'll be out on the links again. You were in Augusta. I mean, I couldn't believe it. Like, dude, Scotty G made it to Augusta on on Masters Sunday. You can say that.
I mean, yeah, that's how you roll, right? That's how you do it.
I looked at Find My Friends, and Scotty G was in Augusta last Sunday. It was pretty sweet.
Today is one of those weird days on the calendar, and this is the last time it's actually going to happen for us. It's where we're off work on Good Friday, but Emily has school. It's always that never happens like on a week. Like we always plan our time off like to be together. Like we're gonna always go vacation. So it's really weird to have a day off where I'm not on vacation and Emily has school. It's the weirdest feeling.
That is weird.
So Liz and I always kind of do like our own little like fun thing, like it's Scott and Liz's day off. What are we gonna do? And I should probably figure that out because it's happening today.
You probably should.
So check me out on Epcot.
Day. Yeah.
Check me out on Epcot where we might end up. There might be an old fashioned in the middle of the day. Might stop by a casino. God, it sounds like I have like a lot of bad hobbies here. But
what it sounds like
you do, but it's fine.
You're doing a practice run for being empty nesters.
Yeah, there we go. It really is. But yeah, no, we have a lot of fun on our day off, and yeah, we'll see what we end up doing today.
All right. Well, let's play some Oddsmakers. Let's have some fun here to kick off the weekend so that everybody, I don't know if you do this at Easter dinner or not. I mean, it's whatever. You can do it as you're walking around the neighborhood, just having some fun, maybe traveling around, just throwing some odds out there and having everybody else in the car or on your walk, just saying, what do you think the chances are of these things happening or not? So let's Rikki, ladies first, give us a scenario and then place the odds and we'll say higher or lower if we think that's going to happen.
All right. Well, I feel like this is one that the average guest is our guest, people who listen to a podcast like us are kind of hoping for. And I don't know if it will actually come to fruition. But we've seen some really great concept art. I use that term lightly because it is from former Imagineers, people who have done this before and they know how to really go about doing it. But there have been some really creative ways of updating so that we get to keep the rivers of America, but still get the Cars land and still get the Villains land. So what are the odds that you think Disney will kind of maybe about face, because they know they've had a little bit of pushback on this whole, changeover of getting rid of completely the rivers of America. So what do you think that they will go back to the drawing board, rethink how they're structuring everything? Walt always said, Florida has the benefit of size. So to keep a little bit portion of the rivers of America, so we still have that, but then also get the Cars, update and then the Villains update after that. So am I supposed to give the odds first?
We all three gives odds. I forgot how this works.
Okay, all right.
I forgot. I'm old. Okay.
All right, you're old. That's fine. Okay. So do you want to go first on what you think the odds are?
I will. I'd say I'll put it at. You talk about the Jim Shull plans.
Yeah, there's a couple. Eddie Soto has done one. Jim Shull has done one. So yeah, there's been a few that have gone around. So it looks like it could potentially be done, that they could go back to the drawing board. I mean, if they decided to. And
I say I'll go Paige's old soccer number. Well, she was mostly 21, but 1 year she had to reverse it. I'm going 12%. They're
Okay.
hard-headed. They won't do it out of spite. They won't. They won't. They're just, even if they wanted to, and they have cover right at this point. They have like the economy's kind of slowing down, tariff. I mean, they have a lot of cover right now to reverse this, and I think they should. I mean, I know that they want to put. I don't disagree that they need to bring in like this Cars thing would be this thing will be popular.
Oh, it's going to be extremely popular. Yeah,
right. There's size. There's got to be a place to put this without. For once, we need to start putting in without taking out. Like we need to add without
a subtraction.
Well, I mean, I quit. It has to be. We've done this for a decade. Like we brought in Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which is awesome, but we lost a great movie ride. Like we don't have to always lose something to gain something.
Right.
Like we can gain without losing, and I think that would be the answer. And I think they have cover to do it right now. But I think they're just being, I mean, like I used to call a couple of my sixth graders hard heads. Not that I didn't love them, they were hard heads. Like it's like your kids.
Yeah.
But I'd put it at 12% at the high end. I don't know, Scott, what do you think?
I'm 0%.
I was giving a blow.
I was like, what's Paige's number? Was Paige 0? I thought you were gonna take my answer.
Was she a goalie?
I don't know. Like I echo a lot of the same things Mike just said, and I just feel like I know we've seen artist renderings that completely change, So like I was gonna say, like I think they're like set on this, but like sometimes like the final product looks a lot different than what they kind of announce, right? I mean, they're notorious for that, but I don't think they're going to change it. I think they hear people on social media and all that, but I think they have a vision for whatever it is they want to do, and I think they're going to stick to it. So I would put it at 0% actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
What you're saying than what I say. Honestly, I'm closer to your pick, but I'm trying to be generous and have some play in it. Rikki, what would you say?
I'm going to go with maybe like 5% chance. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily, I think it's closer to 0 as well. But I feel like, Disney does sometimes listen to, the outcries. It's rare, but they do sometimes, listen to it. And so I know that they see a lot of the upsetness that's been going around. And I feel like, they might take a little into consideration and, say, okay, here we'll adjust and keep, like I said, not keep the entire Rivers of America, but just keep a small portion of it. And then they'll, they can maybe, build the rest a little bit further back. But I do think it's probably closer to 0, but I'm going to go with 5% just to say that there's a slight chance of it happening. I mean, I really don't think there's a chance, but we talk about the fact that there's such huge outcry, and a great example again is going to be Country Bear Jamboree. Yes, I was upset about the fact that they changed Country Bear Jamboree, just from my own personal nostalgia. But a lot of people also had personal nostalgia that they were upset that they were changing Country Bear Jamboree. And we've learned now that Country Bear Jamboree with the updates is more popular than ever. So, it's just one of those things where, sometimes there's outcry, sometimes there's disappointment, but that it wins out overall. So, I do think that that's probably what will end up happening in this situation of, there's going to be outcry about no more Rivers of America, and there has been. But I think when people do end up seeing the finished product, I think they are going to be blown away by it. And hopefully they'll include some water features in the Cars section of the update, which I think they probably will. So
I think they will. I mean, it needs to have a big river, though. They need to make a big river. So something to give a little bit of water, a little bit of nod to the past, I guess you could say. I agree. All right, let's keep this scooting along. Scott, give us one. What you got?
All right. Well, can you believe that if my memory serves me right, I think we're at like 3 years of Guardians of the Galaxy almost, like this Memorial Day weekend. Yeah. So it's been around a while, 3 years, pretty solid. So, I mean, it's still so popular. It's my favorite physical ride. Like my favorite attraction, hands down, is Impressions de France. But it's a fantastic ride. And now we got rid of the virtual queue, but like, is it time for a change? I wonder sometimes. And there's a thing I think you can easily change, and that is the song selection. A lot of people have, like I just saw Simon was out here. he was just excited about getting September, you know, like I know there's a lot of great feelings like, oh yeah, I completed them all, but then people get mad like, oh man, I got Conga for the 12th time, you know, like.
See, that's
So
the one that I want, and I've never gotten it.
I
See, yeah,
see,
yeah.
everybody wants to rule the world all
It's
day
a
for
family
me.
thing. Yeah. It's a
okay, I
family
got
thing.
you.
Yeah.
I know Run Rocket Run wasn't a big hit. I
No.
experienced that. Not a big fan of that. So the Christmas thing didn't work. But I think there's opportunity. And I think when they built this ride, they should have known like we can keep this fresh by changing the songs. And I think
that is going to be the easiest thing. They could do that in an evening. I mean,
Right.
like
Exactly.
it's like update. It's like editing a podcast. It's got to be.
Exactly. So 3 years in, I want to know what you guys think.
Ooh.
What are the odds within the next year that there is a song catalog change, or even if it's just like one or two, like, because I feel like you got to keep September, like some of the more popular ones, but I think you can interchange some of the others that will see a song catalog update to Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind.
Now I would like to say 85%, but you said in the next year, and I think that because we've done that, it brings it down a little bit more. So I think it's going to be more like 65%. I think I hope in the next 5 years, because it's Disney. So it takes
let's call it 5 years. Let's call it 5 years.
In the next 5 years, then I think I would like to see it.
That's a long time. That is
that's.
Let's go 2 years by the 5th anniversary of the ride.
Oh, the 5th anniversary. Okay.
3. I mean, dude, that's longer than it's been open.
Yeah, so let's go.
Yeah, but look, they said, let's be honest though. They said they were going to change up Toy Story Mania, and they haven't, except for once, basically, and Walt Disney World. They're going to do it at Disneyland here for the 70th. But like, seriously, again, something that would be so easy for them to change out, and they haven't done it, and it's been how many years?
So work on this because it's super simple. This is super simple.
Okay. So I'm going to say 85% in the next 2 years. I think they could tie it in. It would be a great tie-in for the 5th anniversary of, hey, we're updating the songs. I think that would be great. And Brian has actually been listening to like the soundtrack of Guardians, and man, there's some great bangers there. So like, seriously, you update with one of those songs and you got it. Good. I feel like, 85%, 85.
How do they not have Hooked on a Feeling in that ride?
See, I'm saying like the songs that were in Guardians would be so easy to.
Because it doesn't fit the storyline too. Like everybody wants to rule the world. You got a guy that's trying to take over the world.
Right.
Like, I ran. I'm trying to run away. You know,
that doesn't really work.
I know. So some of the songs, like the theme,
September doesn't really work with that, but that's okay. Yeah.
That's why everybody wants to rule the world is the best one, hands down.
I see. But. Okay, got it.
See, I didn't even know there was a thematic connection to those songs.
I don't know if there is a thematic connection. I think Scott's just making stuff up.
I think it is. Like, when you think about it, everybody wants to rule the world, you got this guy that wants to take over the world.
If there's an Imagineer that listens to this and knows the answer, just DM me and let me know. Because all I really want to know is there a thematic connection.
I think there is,
besides the fact that it's just like songs of that era. So like I feel like it was just songs of that era that they chose.
Ooga.
What's your answer, Mike? What are you thinking?
Oh, I would say I'm gonna go 62%. Because here's the thing. I think Disney, what they need to look for in the next couple of years to counter Epic is small victories. Small victories with their hardcore fans. And this is one of those small victories they can turn over like that. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Like, and hardcore fans are going to be like, dude, I got to get there and get the new song.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? And that's one thing that it doesn't even cost them any extra money. You know what I'm saying?
Like, some copyright issues.
Exactly. Compared to building a coaster or something, like you license 5 more songs. Boom.
And they'll feel like a new coaster in a way, because what you're hearing, like, yes, your body is physically feeling this, your visuals, but the sound makes such a big difference to me. But
I mean, I should say 100%, but I'm just saying because it's Disney, I'm saying 62% because they should, but will they? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know that they will in 2 years, but they should. So I'm putting it at 62. What do you say, Scott?
I hate to tell you guys this, but I'm going to go 10%.
See, he went way low. All right.
And my reason, I mean, I want 100% want this. As long as they don't get rid of Everybody Wants to Rule the World or September. But the reason I'm going 10%, and I take it to the West Coast, and this Mission Breakout, that has been around much longer, and they still haven't changed the songs on that one. And it kills me. Because I love Mission Breakout too. And that's, like why haven't those songs been updated? I feel like that those haven't been updated in 5 years. They will not do it at Epcot.
Well, that's why I said 5 years, because I feel like 5 years they might do it, but Mike threw in the 2, so I don't know.
It's 5 years for the ride.
Oh, okay, okay, I gotcha. All right.
So I think everyone in the everyone in the Discord wants it. We always talk about like there's so much conversation. What song did you get? Every time you ride that ride, it's not like, hey, what'd you think? It's always, what song did you get? It's just a huge part of that ride, and I think to keep it fresh, they gotta update the songs.
I
mean, Universal, what do they sell? They sell coasters and stuff. And I mean, that's like the apples to apples to Universal, right? The Guardians coaster, it's a thrill ride. It's got, superheroes, update it, like get people talking about your answer to that, and license 5 more songs and boom, people like,
that was a big thing with Rip Ride Rocket, right? Where they had like a huge catalog of songs where you
at one point. Now they don't, but at one point they did. Yeah.
All right, I'm taking all mine I'm the voice of the clubhouse today. I'm gonna use mine from the clubhouse, and I'm just gonna pick a few at random. I'm gonna go with Julie in Scotland, who offered this one up, and she says odds that the Animal Kingdom will get a new nighttime show in the next 5 years. Speaking of 5 years, for Rikki.
5 years.
So, are we going to get a new nighttime show? R.I.P. Rivers of Light.
Rivers of
America.
No, not Rivers of America.
Yeah, I got to see that show the one time. But I was more looking at Joe
Rohde's earring.
When he was sitting in front of me, that was wild. That thing sagged. I guess I couldn't get past it. But that was a weird show. And then we got to see it. We saw the Jungle Book show, all of us together. Like the ushers were dancing. That was the weirdest thing too. That was just odd. But what are the odds that we're going to get a nighttime show at the Animal Kingdom in the next 5 years? Scott, you can go first.
You want me to go first? Okay. It needs it badly. I think there was like a fan club of this, but and sign me up. I was a fan club of this. I love the daytime show. I love Kite Tales. I thought
what is wrong with you?
Oh my God, it was unbelievable. It was so great.
It always crashed.
Like the crashing of those balloons, like I could not stop laughing. I was so entertained by that. It was fantastic. Oh my God. It was I just could not. I was belly laughing, like you know what I mean? Like it was just it was so great. But it was too dang hot. That was it was too darn hot for that. That theater is, you need a nighttime show in there for that theater. And it saddens me. Like, I love Animal Kingdom. Like, it should be lively at night. Like, it should be so cool at night. Avatar, like Pandora is sweet. Like, you got awesome, like fun, upbeat music throughout the entire park. Like, people should be dancing in the streets, having a great time. It needs something at night, and that theater desperately needs people in it. I've talked about, could we do drone show? I've seen the Disneyland Paris drone show. Like, that is unbelievable. Like, why can't we have that at Animal Kingdom? Like, it would just, you could just put animals in the sky and all this stuff. I think it would be fantastic. And I think they're going to need it too. I really do think they're going to need it. So I'm going to put it at 51% that we will have a show. I think sooner than 5 years, honestly. I think I'll put 51% within 3 years. They're gonna see how Epic Universe is doing and all that, and like we gotta do something for our 4th theme park, Animal Kingdom.
I think Epic Universe is gonna drive a lot of this because Disney's gonna have to be more aggressive on a lot of these things.
Absolutely.
What do you say?
I want to go higher. I really do. I want to be up in like the 70s. I think I'm gonna go with like a 45% chance. Just because, again, like we said, it's Disney, and they're so slow with stuff like this, and I don't necessarily see them pulling the trigger on it. Although, again, like Scott, I believe they should, and I believe the right time to do it will be in this next five years, especially once. I think the slam dunk time to do it, honestly, is when they get Encanto and Indiana Jones open, which I think should be in that same time period, in that time frame. So you have like a grand reopening of Animal Kingdom again, because you had like basically the grand reopening when they did Avatar Land, and then then it all went away. So I would like to see it happen again with like another big like grand reopening with the Encanto, and then with Indiana Jones, and then bring in some sort of night show. Like Scott mentioned, drones would be great. I think drones would be fantastic. I just don't know how that would work with the animals. Again, you got to deal with the whole animal issue.
There's no do with that. Yeah. So
yeah, that's the only thing I think of. The thing that would be really cool is like a water show. I think of course they tried to do that with Rivers of Light, which just it just didn't go well. I think that part of the problem was maybe trying to have it be too much like World of Color, where they had like the story be on water screens, and you had to be able to see the water screens, and they were very blurry because the water is not the clearest because it's actually like a river kind of situation going on there. So I would like to see more of just maybe a generic water show in that regard, with set to animal inspired songs from Disney movies. I think that would work out really well. That way you don't have to necessarily work with water screens that have to have a set story that you're telling, and it just can really be a beautiful showcase. And again, maybe then you don't have to have like set show times, which I think was again part of the problem with Rivers of Light, was that there were those set show times for it, and there were only like 2 times a night. And I think that it would be better if maybe they did it every 15 minutes, every half hour, something along those lines, where people could meander into the theater, because that's another thing that theater does. It's very tight and it gets very hot. So especially in the summer. So I feel like maybe doing something like that on a kind of continual basis, kind of like what they do with the Tree of Life show, where they do that every 15 minutes or so. I think that would work out a little bit better. You don't have to have like that big spectacular, but just a nice spectacular at the end of the night, I think would be a really good idea. So I would love to see it, and I think it would work out well, especially if they did things kind of like what I described. But I still think it's like a 45% chance, because I just don't think that they're gonna pull the trigger on it. But I would love them to. Yeah.
I'm going to put it at 80% in the next 5 years, because here's the thing. They brought in Rivers of Light when they brought in Pandora. They went hand in hand because they wanted to drive traffic to Pandora at night. With Epic Universe, they're going to want to get people coming across night. They have a park already there. It's going to be, it's a gorgeous park at night.
Absolutely.
People want to see Pandora at night. People beg for Animal Kingdom to be open at night.
Absolutely.
They have a theater. It's bad optics. I've said this forever. It's just bad optics for anybody to walk through Animal Kingdom and have this theater there. Like, what's that for? Oh, we don't use that. That was for this old show that nobody uses anymore. Like, it sits there. It's abandoned. Like, they need to use that theater for something. And so it would be good optics to have, we use that every night for a show. Like, that just looks better. It makes you look like you're a failure if you have a big theater that's awesome, that's never used, it's abandoned. You don't want that in your theme park. So use it. Tie that in with the opening of, the new lands when those open. Have your nighttime show then, boom, and then you have an answer. You have people come to your park at night.
Even if they had Cruella down there roasting people, like, people will go.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's what I say. So that's what I would go with. So, Scott, did you give a number? Or
yeah, I went 51%. 51.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, Rikki, go ahead. You got one?
I do have one. All right. So we all know that there is a new movie coming out this summer, and it is a brand new Lilo and Stitch film. And the marketing for this has been, exactly what you think it would be. Stitch just, interrupting every Disney movie ever possible. So it's just been kind of the marketing has been everywhere, pulling in all these Disney stories. So with that being said, we all remember back in the day when I think it was when Stitch's Great Escape opened. I think that's what it was for. They actually toilet papered.
It was his birthday, wasn't it?
Cinderella Castle. It was Cinderella Castle. So they did that. I'm pretty sure it was when I know they toilet papered it. I'm pretty sure it was when Stitch's Great Escape opened, but I could be wrong on that one. So what are the odds that you think that to tie in with the brand new Lilo and Stitch movie that's coming out, they toilet paper the castle once again?
Man, I just
it would be great marketing in that regard.
I think it would be fun, right? It'd be kind of funny, but like, I just think about I just remember Jim Hill saying something once about like the cake castle, and how like they didn't think about all the brides that were getting married and they had like a pink birthday cake like at the wedding pavilion, and I just can't. I'm thinking like toilet paper on a castle during like after you're at the chapel, and then
It could just be for like a day. It
yeah,
doesn't,
sure, if it's just before a day, and they just don't book weddings that day or whatever.
or
Like
half a day in the
yeah.
morning, and then they take it down. Yeah.
I hate to be
Do they
weird.
go to that
Like,
much effort though, like for a
Yeah.
day nowadays? Like I
Oh,
think they
I
need to
can
do
see them
like
doing
that.
it that much effort for a day with the marketing for this. Yeah.
yeah, I hate to be weird on both of your answers today, Ricky, but I think I'm going 0% again. I think they might do something different maybe for marketing for
All
that.
right. All
I
right.
just don't think they would like toilet paper the castle. I don't know.
What
Like,
if they toilet papered another land?
yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Like
That
Hey,
could-
here's
Tomorrowland or
what
something.
I say it's 0% in person. I say it's about 75% that they do some form of AI marketing plan with that
Oh.
day. And you see it, Cinderella Castle or something of that sort, like through social media, but it's not.
Or they trash like where Stitch's Great Escape was
Used
now
to
because there's
be,
nothing
yeah.
there. Like
There's
Stitch
nothing
was
there.
here, like all over the place. Well, you were
That'd be
here.
cute. Yeah.
Back in the day, I mean, you didn't have those kind of options. I mean, some intern could do that in 5 minutes and you have a marketing campaign, without moving cranes and all that stuff. And like, having 28 workers up there throwing toilet paper rolls. I think that's a lot of work for a return compared to what you can do now.
Oh, it's a lot of work for sure.
I
But
say
they
it's
did it in one
5%.
night.
It would be a fun concept,
fun.
right? Like
I
then and
I
now.
don't want to be
Yeah.
mean, but I just think like they look at return on investment and say, let's just run an AI campaign on that.
Yeah, I see the return on investment issue for sure. So I mean, I'm gonna say it's a 5% chance. I'm not even gonna really think that it's much of one. I'm just gonna say it's 5%. But I thought it was an interesting concept because of the fact that like they had done it before, and there is like this huge movie. Like they're promoting the heck out of this movie with unique ways of bringing Stitch into things with Disney stories. So I was like, man, maybe they might do it again.
And all the brides go.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know how noticeable that is from the pavilion.
True.
I don't know if it's toilet paper. I don't know, but
But brides do go in like before the park opens, take
Yeah.
a picture for the castle. I mean, right there, like smack dab in front of it.
oh
So-
yeah. That too. Yeah. It's not just from the pavilion. Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
That. I'm saying it's that right in front of it. Okay, Scott, give us another. We got.
Mohawk on our last episode was talking about on Wednesday's episode about the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, about like what dates are good to visit. Like, and Ricky, you get that great answer, Tuesdays and Thursdays they have them. But like, so it got me thinking like that party sells out a lot, right? I mean, I think all the hard ticket parties sell out a lot. And you think back a couple of years ago at Christmas time, they started a new party for the Christmas party called Jollywood Nights, like select dates, like not as many. So I was thinking, what about Halloween nights over at Hollywood Studios?
Oh, dude,
Would they-
you're
Stop!
knocking
You
me
just
down.
named it. Now they're never gonna use it.
That's
Oh, it was
hilarious.
so great. I love it.
Dave. Didn't they have
So-
like Franken weenie?
Great.
Like,
Now they're
Yeah.
never gonna use it. It was so perfect, Scott. I love it.
So what if they've seen, like, because I thought the first year Jollywood was not like, it was kind of like a flop, maybe the first couple nights really. But like they did it again last year, it got better reception. So maybe they're thinking like, maybe we do this for Halloween. So we're going to do Halloween nights at Hollywood Studios. And it's not going to be like your villains thing, because they've had issues with the villains, like hard ticket events, but they'll do some kind of cool, like goblin thing. Like, I don't know, they could, whatever, like all the creativity, but they basically, what I'm saying is, what are the odds that we'll see a hard ticket Halloween event now at Hollywood Studios after the success of Jollywood Nights?
Oh man, the Disney fan in me wants to say like 95%, because that sounds freaking awesome. I'm not even gonna lie, like that sounds amazing. I'm here for it.
Should I book it in? Should I book time with an executive to talk about Halloween nights?
Like,
the thing is, why would they not do it? This thing would sell out just with the name, like a
would.
a couple specialty
the
drinks.
name, they'll never do it now.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is fantastic. I love, like, the Disney fan in me says yes, 95%. Let's go. The
We need to make
realist,
shirts right now. Be our guest Halloween nights.
Halloween
Let's do it.
nights. Yes. The realist in me says like 10% of this actually happening, because I just don't see them especially in any like close time frame. I really don't see them doing it, but man, that sounds amazing. I mean, seriously, sign me up. I would buy my ticket tomorrow if they did this. So Disney, again, if you're listening, and I know you are, I'm almost certain, let's make Halloween nights happen.
So you're saying for this year, or like in the next, like,
No,
what?
I just mean like, yeah, but not obviously
Hal-
this year. I mean, they're probably going to be
Halloween?
announcing dates soon, but
Halloween night?
Probably the next, like,
Halloween
Halloween.
nights, yeah,
Okay, let's
yeah.
make Halloween nights happen. Yeah, I was like, wait, that doesn't.
So
I say within the next like couple of years, because I think they gotta. My just thought is like if Jollywood Nights is like selling out parties too, like it's more money, right? Like
Yeah.
why not do a hard ticket event? And I know the hard ticket events can get tricky because like people that aren't buying them, right? Like they're
gotta
like
have
trying to
somewhere to
plan
go.
their trip. Like Magic Kingdom's like
go.
closed early this day.
Yeah,
Hollywood's
yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of frustrating, but they could do alternate nights and not as many nights as Mickey's Not So Scary. I
And they
feel
did
like.
that with Jollywood too. There are not
Mhm,
as many
yeah.
nights. Yeah.
But so I say, Mike, within like the next 3 to 5 years,
Yeah,
maybe.
okay,
Maybe
okay.
maybe 3 years, maybe 3 years.
In the next 3 years, I would give it, I'm going to give it 37%. So
Okay.
not quite 50, but
Yeah.
I'm giving it a chance because I mean, you're kind of selling me. I mean, because like, Disney
Oh,
World
he's
is
completely
Disney
sold me. I'm in. Let's go.
Just think of like the tower with the Tower of Terror, you can do some cool stuff,
Oh,
you know.
stop.
Just like,
Great. I mean, it's I
Stop.
mean, dude, if I was an executive, dude, I'd be like putting this on the books right
what if
now.
they had like a like
Great
they could
idea.
do like a Halloween like Star Wars special, and then they could be featured in Halloween nights, you know. And
You're killing it. I mean, this is such a dude. Look at that. Stephanie's like, yes. I mean,
You could decorate Toy Story Land a little bit with
Yes.
like, spooky stuff. Yes.
and the thing
Yes.
is, the first year, like, you don't have to do 10 of them. Do 3 or 4.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Just throw it out there, test it. Dude, people would lose their minds.
I think they would.
Okay, what do you think the odds are the next 3 to 5 years?
I just think now they might not call it Halloween nights,
No,
but
they need to
the
call
hard
it-
ticket
they
event.
Call it Halloween night.
I would love it if they did, and like Disney, let's talk. But I'm gonna go 75%.
All right,
I
let's
think
go.
because I think they need another hard ticket event, honestly. Because I think these people get frustrated that they sold out or whatever, and like, and not that they need this, but like they always want to impress shareholders and make more money. So here's your chance to make more money right now with Halloween.
Well,
night.
that and the Halloween party is always one of the most like it always is more popular. I feel like than the Christmas party. I feel like it always sells out just a little bit faster than the Christmas party does. And so to have a second Halloween theme, and you could even do the villains. I mean, yes, that villains night certainly did not go well years back, but you're going to have the villains show now at Hollywood Studios. So you're going to have the presence of the villains. So you could do something with them as well. I mean, seriously, this is actually really genius. I love this idea, and I really think they should.
What it is, okay, we're totally just we're just giving them everything right now. Okay, so what it is, like, you got Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party at one end of the spectrum, and you got like Halloween Horror Nights over at Universal at the other end of the spectrum, right? The Halloweeny nights. There's
Halloween nights meets them in the middle.
Yes, they can meet in the middle.
Ground, exactly.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It just seems like it's too easy to do. If you could,
it's so easy.
If you could pull off Jollywood nights, you can pull off Halloween nights.
You can pull it off Halloween nights. I love it. Let's go.
This is
Let's
so
go.
good. The show's over. Like, done. We're out of here.
Mic drop.
We've done our work today. Okay. Last one. We're going to go one more from Kyla over in the Discord. We're going to do another one of these shows again soon. This is so fun.
No, we're never going to beat this one. This one is it. That's it. The end.
We get knocking our door down, giving us no money. That one repair bill. But here we go. Kyla says, and I like this. This is super interesting. Odds that Walt Disney World will add another dress-up alternative to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique with the new like similar to the new Darkmoor Monster makeup experience coming to Epcot. So something that's not like a dress up experience, similar to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, but it's not just like prince or princess themed. Like they have that pirate kind of thing.
No, not anymore.
They add this. Well, they did.
They took that out. Yeah, that's going to be where the bar is.
Okay, yeah, but they did. But let's say they add something like this for like kind of like a darker edge.
I'm gonna say.
Let me finish.
Hey!
Let me finish.
No!
In the next 3 years, and here's the deal: I didn't get to finish. We have Villains Land coming.
Yes.
To the Magic Kingdom. You didn't let me get to finish, so that might skew your odds. So in the next 3 years, and I'm going to say Villains Land is online when you get to make your pick. Okay,
All
now
right.
go ahead.
Villains Land will be further than 3 years. I think that's going to be closer to 5.
Okay, 5 years. Whatever. Let's say Villains Land is open.
I think it would be a great idea for Villains Land. I think that it would be a really great tie-in again with that. And I would like to see it be for adults as well, because the Monsters one, adults can partake. Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, adults cannot partake. So it would be really nice to see something that adults can partake in. Oh gosh, though, I don't know if they'll pull the trigger on it. I would say, because I would think that they would be like, oh, we're being compared then to Universal in that regard, and I don't know that they want that comparison. I'm gonna say about 65% that they bring that into the new Villains Land. And the reason I say that is because I also don't know that they love the fact, obviously we do a lot of Disney bounding and dressing up kind of similar as characters, but they don't like people dressing up as characters. So this would be more kind of along those lines of dressing up as characters, and I don't know that they necessarily love that idea. So that's why I'm going to go with like 65%. I think it's a really great idea. I just don't know that they're going to go for it. So.
Okay, Scotty G, what do you say?
So is this for like kids then, like a bibbidi bobbidi?
So I would say I'm against adults dressing up. Like I'm against. I say no adults. Like adults can't dress up. Like that's too much. Like
I just don't think Disney will. If we're talking like dark, like villain stuff, I don't think they want like kids dressing up like on the dark side, like
true
people,
I mean, like they're like villains though. Like I mean, I could see them like dressing them up like Cruella de Vil. Like
I don't know if they would. I don't think they would, because it brings an image of like bad.
I get what you're saying, Scott. I get exactly what you're saying.
If a boy's like, oh yeah, I want to be Gaston.
Like, yes.
Like you don't think they want a boy dressing up like Gaston?
I don't know. I don't think they want like a young person dressing up as Maleficent. Like I don't know.
I can see where Scott's coming from.
I think they want to go on the lighter princessy, happy side.
Look how long the whole land for the villains.
I know. Really. I just don't think they want their younger audience portraying as villains.
I actually kind of agree with Scott now on that.
I've never thought about that. I've never.
I think that they're okay with them portraying heroes, but I don't necessarily know that they're okay with.
I just think like the social media, if they. Like a news article coming out, like look at all these kids dressed up as Maleficent or something. Like, I don't know.
This is awesome. I love this conversation because
I think I'm going to drop down. Scott has now convinced me. I think I'm going to go like 23%.
Oh my god, you dropped down like
wow! What a range!
I did, because I agree with Scott. I don't think that they would like kids dressing up as villains.
Sell Halloween costumes of like Gaston and all these people.
Yeah, they'll sell Halloween, but you can't
on a normal day though, like in June.
Yeah,
that's for the season.
This is great.
I mean, you could do that at Halloween nights, yes, but
you can't. Yeah, you can't dress up like as Gaston. Like they're not going to give you like a wig.
Little like 8-year-old kid to be cruising around as Gaston. That's
no.
That's cute.
I mean, it would be
like
cute. I feel like Captain Hook, like the little squirrel. Like, yeah, no, I don't.
On a personal level, like I think it's fun, right? I think it's people like. Some people's favorite characters might be villains. Like I love Cruella de Vil, hands down. I think everyone knows like she's like one of my favorite characters of all time. I would totally have dressed up Emily as Cruella de Vil as a kid, but
I've dressed up as Cruella.
As a business perspective, I don't think Disney wants a bunch of kids walking around a theme park looking like villains.
Yes, but I actually agree with Scott. I changed my opinion. I'm gonna go with 23%.
So I'm 10%.
I love this discussion. I'm going when Villains Land opens. I'm going 75% on this. Because Disney wants the grip. And here's the deal. It's going to make it.
They want that too. Yeah.
Makes a ton of money. I mean, I've paid it twice when Mallory was young, and it is crazy expensive. And I just think, but I never, ever, ever thought about what you two were saying. Like, I just thought, little kids dressed up like, I don't know, like, who are those? Like
the fact that it's taken them this long to really bring in the villains as a thing is really gives me more fire in the fact that they would not do it, because it's taken them this long to really go all in on villains. And even then it's in a playful, fun way, not in a spooky way. Like the villains are going to attack you, minus what they did when I was a kid with Snow White's Scary Adventure. That was a whole different thing. But
you think they wouldn't want like a kid walking around Magic Kingdom dressed like Jafar?
No, I agree with Scott.
I like it. I love that.
I
idea
like
of
it. I agree with
But-
Scott. I think Disney's
I just-
would not like it.
from
Yes.
like a social media marketing thing. I
think there's a lot
bad
worse
press
things you can be
maybe.
dressed up as. I don't know.
Like Disney's gone to the dark side. Look at
You got
this.
the kid dressed up as Ursula. You know,
But
no,
like
I
Darth
don't.
Vader, I feel like is another story because like you see that today. Like it's
He's
funny.
a
Like,
Batman pajama.
I know he's like the meanest villain of all time.
Galaxy. Terrible.
But you would see that at, like Star Wars weekends and stuff, kids dress. So it's weird. But then when I think of like traditional Disney characters, I don't think they want that. I don't.
One of the cutest commercials of all time. Hang on, one of the cutest commercials of all time is that kid that was dressed up like Darth Vader that starts the Volkswagen. Remember that commercial from like 10 years ago? That's the cutest commercial. He's Darth Vader. I'm just saying.
I mean, even when they did Star Wars weekends, though, the Disney characters weren't dressed up. They were still a fun impersonation of the Star Wars characters. So yeah, I don't.
Fun conversation to say the least. Like,
I love this so much because
we hit a really weird spot.
I never thought about this.
I never thought I'd flip flop on this. Scott won me over.
You totally did.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear what everybody says about our Oddsmakers over in the Discord, though, and hopefully people have conversations about this with, because we're all Disney families, right? Sitting around, driving around, like, what? Because this is a good one. Like, in, your whatever Halloween.
I want to know people like the Halloween nights.
We're marking this show. This one's been fun.
This is a good, this is a good one. We've got some good discussion and good fights to go on for the weekend. Happy Easter. Enjoy fighting with your family.
Enjoy the ham and the arguments.
Show us your kids dressed up as evil.
Exactly. Not just the pastel colors, but also dressed like Jafar over there.
Yes.
We're bringing it. All right,
we're dressed up as 80s for
there you go.
Yes.
There you go. All right. We're going to get out of here. Don't forget our show is always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure for no additional cost to you. It helps support the show each and every time, so we appreciate that so much. Just swing by the magicforless.com, fill out the quote form. We'll take care of you from there. Again, thank you so much for that. Also, please use our Amazon affiliate link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon, whenever you do that shopping online. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You keep us on the air. We can't do it without your support. When you support us, just $5 a month, you get a bonus show every week called Mike in the Midwest. So come on over this week. We'd love to have you. Patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Also, join us in the clubhouse. We have so much fun over there. It's going to be fun this weekend after this show. Bids, just come on over. It's free for everybody all the time. beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. We'll have a live show this Sunday night at 7:00 Eastern, 6:00 Central. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. So join us there. Give us a call. The phone lines will be open. We'll continue the conversation there. And join us on our socials. I'm at BRGuestMike on all the social media outlets. Rikki's at Rikki Nibs. You can also check her out at DisneyWorldAfterAll.com. Scott's at EpScott. And Scott, real quick, what's happening over on Must See Adventures on the channel?
We're going to have Mickey's very, speaking of like Jollywood Nights and stuff, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party in April. So, but hey, you might be wanting to book a party,
right.
And so we do a review. It's kind of like a naughty or nice. We kind of rate things. Were the snacks naughty? Were the snacks nice? How was the parade? Was it naughty or nice? Kind of a thing. So a lot of fun if you want an insight on last year's Christmas party. And it's a good time to think about that because the tickets hopefully be coming out soon. I mean, usually the Halloween and Christmas party tickets come out like in May. So we're in the ballpark, right, Rikki? Well, you might get booking your room and your stay, things like that. And then you can jump on those tickets when they get released later this year.
Yep. And we try to make things happen. We're trying for everybody. We talk about it. I mean, if we talk about it, sometimes things happen. So we're doing our part here. We're trying for you guys.
We're totally trying.
That's what we do. All right. We're jumping out of here. So have a great Easter, everybody, and enjoy your friends and family. We'll be back on Monday with a great trip report. So for Rikki and Pam, who's not here, but she's thinking about you guys, I promise you that. And Scott, I'm Mike. Wish you a great weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, and happy Easter, everybody. All right. That was a great show.
Man, that was a show.
Seriously, I'm not lying. I never thought about like that perspective on the kids dressing up like little kids. I just thought it was cute.
I think it's fine too. Yeah, but I don't know.
They want the money because the Bibbidi Bobbidi is so expensive.
Oh though, but it's funny. You mentioned Bibbidi Bobbidi. They have not brought back the one at Disney Springs though. And you know how much that makes them money. So it just surprises me that they did not bring back the one at Disney Springs. And truthfully, they didn't bring back the one at Grand Floridian either.
Yeah, the
but
ivy trellis turned into
you-
one, didn't it? Or
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
where
So-
we did Mallory and Emily did the hair for her
Yeah.
birthday.
We got our heads in like the bowl.
Dude, I did
So-
not feel good that morning. I remember.
but you'd think that they
That
would.
January 2nd was after the day after New Year's. So
Oh yeah, but you'd think that they'd reopen. The one at Disney Springs at least.
Yeah.
I guess it does take a special, like, you can't have you can't just fire.
Yeah, I mean, I
everybody
get
off the
that.
street to do hair, I guess.
But
Yeah.
how much money, I mean, are they missing out on by not having it open? And they have a whole space there that's available and ready for it. So
Yeah.
a whole 2 spaces. So
Well, all right. Well, I'm gonna edit these things up. Good stuff.
all right, guys.
It feels weird that it's Tuesday.
I know.
Yeah, I know it does. So all right, I'll see you
We're
all
one day
hopefully
closer to
next
the
week.
weekend. All right,
That's
I'll see you
right.
guys next week.
All right, have a great
Happy
one.
Easter. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.